Kompai. I did my big one on that. I need to process. This is unironically. I accidentally concocted the most perfect horchata. Cut the cameras. Today, I'm talking about a root that is fully legal, and the link to order in this video's description. This root is known and celebrated for its stronger calming and stress-reducing properties, and it's known to a growing number of folks as a solid alcohol alternative. That's right, friends. Today, we are celebrating the world of kava. Today, I'll be reviewing this high-quality sacred Kava Root Extract by Minnesota Nice Ethnobotanicals. You at home can order this kava powder on their website starting at $12 USD. And for 10% off your order, be sure to use my code 𝐉𝐸𝐵. They also offer Blue Lotus, Dream Herb, Kana, and much more. Everything in their shop is legal, and the link to it is in my description. As always, shout out to everybody who has been ordering from me. You can apply this code to your entire order and you can keep using it again and again. And today we will be diving into the benefits, risks, and rich history of kava. I will also be sharing recipes in this video, 3 different ways to prepare your kava at home. And if you're new here, hi, my name is Chrysanthus. This channel is a realm dedicated to demystifying and destigmatizing the trip. If you're rocking with the trip we're tripping on, please be sure to get with the realm on Instagram and TikTok at Chrysanthus. You can also be a darling and become an official Patreon patron. These are the folks keeping our channel alive. Shout out to all of you. You will get love at the end of every video and access to exclusive pictures, videos, behind the scenes, and more. And if you dig this video, please be sure to subscribe to the channel and give it a like and a comment. I'd love to know if you're curious about kava, if you've tried kava, what's going on in your life, what's good. If you are watching this and you already know the history, the benefits, the side effects, feel free to skip to this time frame.
The following video is made for the purpose of education and harm reduction. We are not promoting the use, procurement, or possession of any plant medicine or substance. We encourage everyone to do further research and prioritize safety.
So, back to the history. As always, our favorite way to get to know the medicine is to do a little bit of a deep dive to know a little bit about its history. Quick bit about the history of kava. This plant has deep roots in the Pacific Islands, to some symbolizing bonding, peace, and even ceremonial connection. Kava is a tall shrub in the pepper family. Sacred kava goes by a few names, including Piper methysticum, and is deeply woven into the fabric of some Pacific Island cultures for social gatherings, ceremonies, and it's believed to melt away tension and foster a sense of community. Fun fact, I was first introduced to kava root through one of my favorite documentaries, 𝐉𝐸𝐵𝐿. If you have not seen this movie, please go watch it. It is so heartwarming. 𝐉𝐸𝐵𝐿 tells the story of a trans femme Native Hawaiian teacher who uses traditional culture to empower a young girl to lead an all-male hula troupe. It's a highly recommended documentary watch from me. It is top tier, a coveted rec. Now, while kava is culturally significant in Hawaii, where it's called awa, it's not exclusive to Hawaii. Vanuatu is considered the most likely place for the origin of kava. It is also found in Polynesia, including Tonga and Samoa, Melanesia, and even parts of Micronesia. This root's path also has a rich history in Pacific Islander cultures. It was carried by ancient voyagers and used for centuries in social gatherings and ceremonies. Kava is more than a beverage. It's a cornerstone of social and ceremonial life. It was not only used to forge connections, but it was also used to resolve conflicts. This offering would historically mark the welcoming of honored guests, as well as significant life events. The drink was usually prepared by younger members of the community or a family. They would mash the roots in water to create a tea. In some cultures, young, unmarried women or girls would prepare it. In other cultures, it was the responsibility of young men. The specific roles often depended on the social context, the specific island, and the purpose of the kava ceremony. The preparation and serving of kava often follows specific protocols, emphasizing respect and community bonds. To this day, this offering has spread throughout the world and seems to be the most promising, growing solution to offer an alternative to the widespread popularity of alcohol. Alcohol-free kava bars are popping up globally for folks who want to feel something, maybe even a bit of a buzz, but to still have their wits about them. Let's talk about kava's benefits. While the exact science is still being explored, research suggests that kava lactones, the active compounds in kava, may interact with the brain's GABA receptors, which play a significant role in calming nervous system activity, with some describing mild euphoria and enhanced sociability at moderate levels. Kava has been traditionally used and studied for its potential therapeutic effects on sleep, stress, anxiety, and muscle tension. It offers a natural way to unwind without the grogginess of other relaxants, making it a natural alternative for those seeking calm and connection without the side effects of pharmaceuticals or alcohol. Side note, kava is legal and it is absolutely not recommended for children. Now, I enjoy preparing kava just as much as I enjoy sitting with kava, drinking kava. The traditional preparation feels like a powerful grounding ritual. This makes kava a beautiful way to transition from the daily hustle and bustle of everyday life into a calming evening of tranquility. After you order this kava, please keep my mellow and ambient playlists on Spotify. You'll thank me later. When I drink kava, I feel like kava lulls me, gently lulls me into a state of absolute peace, which also makes it lovely for a gathering of friends. You can also take kava as an extract in capsule form. You will find these capsules on the Minnesota Nice Ethno website. All links in the description as always. Side effects of kava. I will talk about the most extreme side effect of kava. It is a humbling and somewhat graphic story. I have experienced one of the top most intense side effects of kava. Side effects include drowsiness, nausea, headache. If you experience that with any plant medicine or root or drink, please be sure to pause your practice before moving forward. In rare cases, liver damage can occur. Moderation with kava is so important, and that is the through line of the story that I will share today when I did not respect moderation aspect of kava. I urge everyone at home to educate themselves before adding kava to their regimen. Please look up the contraindications of the medications you might already be taking. Please just make sure that kava is going to be your jam before diving in head first. All the ingredients, tools, appliances you will see me use for these recipes are available to order using the link in my description. Maybe you don't have a milk frother. You absolutely should. Let's ball out. It will support the channel. Some folks add kava to their teas, their fruit smoothies, even various mocktails. I have found evidence of people making kava ice cream. What we're making today is not too dissimilar from like a kava ice cream, some of the recipes, to be honest. If you just pop it in the freezer, add a little bit of something to it, you might get a kava ice cream, okay? For dose, I always recommend starting with a low dose. I typically enjoy kava once a month to once a week. This is not like a daily thing for me. So for kava, the doses are as follows. A low dose is going to be 250 to 500 milligrams. A medium dose is going to be 500 to 1500 milligrams, and a large dose is going to be 1500 to 3000 milligrams. Today, I will be taking 3 doses of 500 milligrams, which is equivalent to a small, large dose. If you are watching this at home and you've never tried this extract before, I highly recommend starting with the low dose, not exceeding 500 milligrams. All aboard the next train to relaxation station. Follow me. Right this way. Right this way. Let's get this package open. All right. Ooh, it looks like we have 2 things in here. Let's see what we got. Yes! We got the Kava Root Extract. This is the 30% extract, 500 milligrams, 30 count. Thank you for hooking a sister up, always Minnesota Nice Ethnobotanicals. And we have California Poppy Extract. Amazing. I will be trying this another time, maybe for another video. Okay, so excited. We will be making our tea using these capsules. It is so convenient that they are already pre-measured out, which means we will not have to do as much measuring. So beautiful. Love the color. Take a look at the color. Can we see this color? Let's get this into focus. It's like this beautiful pale gold color. Absolutely beautiful. Love the color. And we are going to crack these open. I like doing it very clean. I like a clean cut. If y'all want to do things the easy way, I would definitely say order the capsules. Order the capsules, because all we got to do is crack one of these open, pop it right in. Simple, easy, we love it. Since this recipe is simple, we're just going to need an electronic stirrer and a cup. 2 ingredients. Here we go. We are popping the capsule in. Very simple. Next, all I'm gonna do is pour in some cold water. Kava is traditionally served cold. We have a little bit more than a cup in here. Then we are just going to get our mixer in. Ooh! And start to stir. You can see the water taking on the pale yellow golden color of the kava. We're gonna wanna make sure all that kava is integrated. Now the taste test. It's very subtle. This is like the most subtle tasting kava I think I've ever tried. Maybe it's because it's just the kava extract, just the powder. That is very subtle. We're gonna pour it into the glass so you guys can see what it looks like. Okay, here we go. I'm pouring it into the glass so you guys can see the color of this cup. Under the blue light, it's almost giving bioluminescent. I don't think that's a actual property of kava, but yeah, you cannot see through it. Dissolved quickly. I don't even know if I needed to stir it up as much as I did, honestly. But yeah, very subtle taste. I'm not gonna lie, it basically tastes like, almost like water to me, but it's nice. It's very nice. It makes it incredibly like a good choice to mix it in with other types of drinks because it's not very noticeable. And as I'm drinking it, I'm taking my time. Okay, notice how I'm taking my time with it. Notice how I'm slowly consuming this. I'm checking in with myself. If this is my first time trying the extract, I'm taking in this low dose, I'm honoring the tea, and I'm considering what are further ways that I can honor the spirit of this tea, the lineage of this tea. Maybe offering it to friends, maybe having friends over for a kava night. And sometimes sitting with plants can be all about, one, creating your own ritual as long as it's respectful to the original lineage of the medicine, and also having friends around, making them some kava and educating them a bit about the history of kava. But I think it's so cool to learn about what folks all around the world have been sipping on, especially for pastime, especially for fun, especially that isn't alcohol. Now, alcoholic drinks have really cool history in and of themselves. Don't get me wrong. But there are other drinks, there are other teas. The world of sippable plants is an endless one. Let's move on to our KavaChata. All right, now we're gonna get a little fancy with things because I'm cracking out the oat milk. Y'all can use whatever milk you want for this. Don't come for me for using oat milk. I actually think for a lot of drinks, oat milk is just as good as regular milk, especially if we're doing mixed milky drinks here. So our next recipe is going to be for some KavaChata. The first time I ever tried a milk-based kava drink was at Burning Man 2022. Okay, the year before the mud came. And oh my gosh, it was the Yum Cart camp. Shout out to the amazing black burners at that camp and the amazing, beautiful queer burners at that camp who made me an oat milk based kava drink. Never thought to put kava and oat milk together. Not necessarily traditional, but this is the issue. This is why burners are considered irksome, right? Once you've gone to multiple Burning Mans, you can tie in a Burning Man story with just about anything you're doing, which is a problem. We get it. You've been to Burning Man. But that was the first time my mind opened to the various different ways you can consume kava, work with kava, create and get creative around kava. Up until that point, I had only tried kava with water and a little juice box on the side. That's it. But since then, I have been making kava drinks with oat milk. So delicious. Right now, we are gonna make a KavaChata. That is essentially a kava horchata. If you've never tried horchata before, it is for the most part a plant-based drink. Last time I had super fresh horchata, it was in Mexico. I have the connotation of South America, Latin America, horchata drinks, delicious, amazing. However, you might learn something today. Horchata's history is rooted in North Africa and ancient Egypt. Back in the day, in North Africa, it was made from tiger nut and called chufa. The Moors brought this drink to Spain. The Spanish brought it over here, and that's how it got its roots and became a staple in many Latin American countries. I really think that entire point of history was a mistake, but so much dates back to Africa. Let's talk about the typical ingredients of horchata. Horchata typically consists of rice, water, cinnamon, and sugar. Very, very simple. This is like a rice milk drink. So we don't have rice water today, but feel free to use rice water, rice milk, whatever you got at home. Today, we will be using oat milk instead. So we will be mixing in our ingredients and making a nice, cool, spiced kava drink. Also might add some additional ground ginger, cloves, sage, but cinnamon, pumpkin spice. I think that if you feel called to be extra with it, you should always be extra with it. We are gonna do 4 spices. I'm gonna be working with some ginger, some ground cinnamon, some cloves, some pumpkin spice, and we will add some sugar. First up, I'm gonna add all my dry ingredients into a cup, including the kava. We are going to take our ground cinnamon and just add it until the ancestors tell us to stop, okay? Lock in, friends. I like a lot of cinnamon, so don't judge me in the comment section. Pumpkin spice, also a spice with a rich history. I believe it dates back to India. Do your research before you drop the hate. Absolutely delicious, absolutely amazing. And then finally, the star of the show, we have our beautiful kava capsule. So we are going to just pop her open, add our oat milk, and get our stir ready. And I recommend putting the stir in the bottom so it doesn't splash. And we are just going to mix that up. It's already looking so creamy and delicious. Ooh, look at that. Look at the color of all those spices mixing in. Sugar, the oat milk, the kava. Give it a pretty thorough stir. And then I would also suggest just doing a little scoop with your spoon. Some things might have stuck to the bottom. That's looking wonderful. We are now gonna pour our KavaChata into our magical kava cup. Look at that beautiful color. It's almost like a chocolate milk iced coffee. I don't think I've ever been making this many cool drinks on the channel. This is a lot of cold drinks for the Chrysangelis channel. I always make hot drinks. I always make hot tea. But let's give this KavaChata a try. Cheers. Kompai. I did my big one on that. I did my big one on that. I did my big one on that. Hold up. I need to process. I need to process. This is unironically, I accidentally concocted the most perfect horchata. I might need to take a break. Crew, non-existent crew, we might need to take 5. This is so good. Are you kidding me? Turn the cameras off. Turn the lights off. Cut the mic. It's a wrap. This is a 10 out of 10. This is so delicious. Friends, get on this yesterday, y'all. KavaChata. Hold up. I'm gonna need to channel my North African ancestry, get my Pacific Islander homegirls on the phone. We might need to go into business. This may be a business endeavor. The people need the KavaChata. Holy moly. And let me tell you, I Googled KavaChata, could only find one search result, so I came up with my own recipe. Probably the most delicious thing I've ever tried on this channel. Wow. Y'all saw how much season I put in. You have to put so much seasoning in. I know I just spent like a whole 2 minutes talking about how good that tasted, but I feel amazing after drinking that. Because the first kava drink, it's beginning to settle in. The second kava drink, those spices, I'm a little lit right now. Everybody, cut the cameras. We are going to be getting into our last kava recipe. I will be sharing the recipe, and I will also be sharing my Messiest kava story, a cautionary tale, why it's important to take kava and revere it and not overdo it. I'll share that. This final drink, we're gonna be making some MochaKava. And you can do this with so many different types of chocolate. You can do this with cacao. You can do this with abuelitas. Today, we will be using some Milo. I love using this for my chocolate drinks because it's a chocolate malt. It's also got vitamins, minerals, all that kind of stuff. This is for kids. Okay, that's what I'm trying to say. It's for kids. What I have today that we will be using is my Messiest house mixer. If you guys like a frothy drink, this is a heater, this is a frother. It's got different modes. Link in the description for everything that I mentioned in this video. If you'd like to support the channel, ordering by clicking the links in the descriptions, ordering by using the coupon codes, all that supports the channel. I appreciate you guys severely. So this is what we are going to be using. The lid pops off the top. We are going to be using all 3 attachments, okay? For a super frothy froth, we are going to be making a frothy mocha kava extract drink. All the spices that I mentioned in the last recipe, feel free to toss those into this recipe too, especially that cinnamon, okay? So this is gonna be the one warm kava drink that we are gonna make. Kava is not traditionally consumed warm or hot. This is going to be very untraditional. Start off by combining our dry ingredients. Optional addition for this is sugar if you want a sweeter drink. You could substitute sugar with honey. First thing we're gonna add to this is a 1.5 scoops of Milo. Tomato, okay. So I'm gonna take a scoop of this chocolatey powder. We're gonna add that in as our first dry ingredient. I like it a little extra chocolatey. And this is gonna be a calming chocolate milk drink. Very untraditional. Adding our kava, and I think I'm feeling a little cinnamony tonight. I'm feeling a little spicy. Just, you know, as I said, whenever the ancestors tell you stop, they don't tell me stop though. I'll empty a whole bottle. Oat milk, and then additionally, like I said, you can have the option of adding honey or sugar to this. I'm just gonna see how it tastes without any additional sweetener because Milo is also a bit sweet itself. There we go. Now I am going to top the lid on my frother. If you don't have a frother at home, I highly recommend putting it on your birthday list, your Christmas list. This is something I asked for Christmas last year, and it absolutely was something that I've unexpectedly been using, sometimes daily throughout the week, especially in the winter months. We are gonna pop this right in to our frothing machine, and then the setting you want for this Messiest house is going to be 160 degrees Fahrenheit. That's gonna get it nice and hot. Just click the power button right there like that. And this actually is magnetic. She's magnetic. She is going to mix everything for you. She's gonna heat up everything for you. She is going to froth everything for you. And just look at that. Beautiful, delicious mixing action. So I'm just gonna toss the top right on there. While we are waiting for this kava dessert, I'm gonna share a bit about the time I got way too excited about kava and why everybody at home should be a little cautious when it comes to getting excited about kava. So my favorite kava place is in Asheville, North Carolina. It is called Sovereign Kava. I always love the experience of going there. I love the kava tenders. They are so sweet. They are so much fun. You get to connect with the people who live in Asheville. Sometimes they have stand-up comedy, different shows that they do, and the vibe is nice. It's a nice dim vibe. I love a dim bar. First time I went to the bar, absolutely fell in love with kava. Took some home, sipped on it for a year, ran out. A few years go by. I'm always thinking about this place, Sovereign Kava in Asheville. I want to get back there. My friend and I, we take a road trip across the entire country, and one of our first stops is New Orleans. And I'm like, you know what's right between us and New Orleans? Asheville. And that's where I want to stop, because I want to stop by Sovereign Kava. We get into Asheville, we get a poke bowl, and then we go to Kava after dinner. So we're enjoying this on full stomachs. And I'm gonna say, if you don't want a graphic story, skip to this time code. But we get to Sovereign Kava, it's open, everything's great. I sit down and I start drinking the kava. It's even more delicious than I remember. It is so good. They bring out the juice boxes, I'm drinking it. And I said, you know what? I actually want to try this kind. They sling out the golden kava, whatever it's called, their special blend. I'm throwing that back. I'm drinking it. I'm really enjoying it. I'm feeling better and better. I'm feeling more relaxed. All right. I was not drinking enough water in between. I was just drinking kava and juice. I don't know how much kava I ordered that night, but it may have been like 4, 5, 6 cups, because I also took a large cup of kava home, and I finished that too. And I had never sat with that much kava in my entire life. I was just so excited to be at Sovereign Kava, and I was just like really excited to start this road trip with my bestie. So we're talking, we're kiki-keying at this bar, we're having a really good time, and all they really serve is kava, maybe kana, but they don't serve alcohol here, right? So I am feeling good, I am feeling solid, I am feeling grounded. I lose count of how much kava exactly I'm drinking. I feel good, I feel happy. Oh, I'm so glad I drank all that kava. There could be no consequences to this. I wake up at 4 a.m. the next morning, and the world is spinning around me. Do you know this feeling of nausea that is so overwhelming and undeniable that you lose balance with being grounded in the world? I felt a lot like that. I felt woozy, disoriented, nauseous, and I said, dang it, I had too much kava. This is me learning my lesson with the kava. I remember leaping out of bed at our Airbnb, making a beeline to the bathroom, hugging the toilet, and just purging. It was like a purge. It wasn't painful. It wasn't like physically severe, but everything that I ate and drank the previous day, including the kava, I drank too much of it because I lost track of how much I was drinking. And for some reason, it didn't hit me that night. It didn't hit me until the next morning. And I'm just like purging, purging, purging. I didn't know that this was a possibility with kava. I thought I could really go hard on the kava, but it could have also been a combination of the kava and the sushi, and possibly how much kava I drank with other tea that they had there. It could have been a whole bunch of different things. So lesson learned. Take it easy on the kava, space out the kava, and maybe drink water in between. You know, just dilute it in your system, especially if you're gonna be having the ground kava. This might not apply here, but especially when you're partaking in the ground kava, just be really careful to keep track of how much you're drinking, and don't overdo it like I did if you ever get around to going to Sovereign Kava in Asheville, because you guys will just understand the aura of this place, the atmosphere, the people. It's such a good time that it's easy to lose track of how much you're partaking in. But yeah, that was the most kava I've ever drank and undrank in my entire life. If you are just rejoining me, we have skipped the graphic portion. Also, we have this nice hot frothy pot. I'm going to show you guys what it looks like to open this. Ooh, we are popping off the lid, and you can see, ooh, we have a little bit of a frothy vibe. You can see a little bit of the oil of the chocolate, but you can also see that foamy froth. Absolutely amazing. The cup is also in the description, so we are going to pour this into our magical kava cup. The smoke coming off of that just looks and smells absolutely divine. The steaminess, it's steam. So beautiful, so delicious. And these cups are amazing because you can put your hand at the bottom and you don't feel the heat of the glass because there is a little bit of space. The delicious hot chocolate. And we are gonna give this a sip. This is our MochaKava. Delicious, chocolatey, cinnamony. It barely even needs any sugar or extra sweetener. It's a warm, cozy, inviting dessert, a chocolatey treat, a chocolatey kava treat. We love to see it. The smell is just like hot cocoa. It's a delicious hot cocoa. Like I mentioned, you could use ℉𝐷𝕰𝕤𝕦 to make this on a stove top. Just make sure you don't overdo it. You could add these to so many different drinks. Before you add this with another plant medicine, make sure to do your research on contraindications. Make sure there's nothing conflicting between the two. So tasty. And this is my third kava drink of the day. So I am feeling pretty chillaxed because I have had 3 servings of kava. I'm feeling almost like I'm actually sleeping right now, and the world around me is just absolutely dreamy and magnificent and wonderful. I feel calmed. I feel like if I just snapped and woke up in my bed right now, I wouldn't be surprised because it's like this evenness, almost like a step above grogginess of a calm, relaxing, stress-free, just like, wow, what is my life? Am I in a dream? This is tasty. This is accessible. For the price of these, this is 30 small dose servings. If you are taking this once a week, this is going to last you months. The possibilities when it comes to kava drinks, especially with these kava extracts, are endless. As long as you have good intentions in your heart, as long as you are read up on the lineage, as long as you are honoring the spirit of the kava root, endless potential. Kava is so much fun to drink. It is so much fun to connect with others around. Listen to music. Watch a movie even. A relaxing movie, a calm movie. Nothing too stressful or heated. But yes, I enjoy the ritual of making kava. I enjoy the ritual of consuming kava, sitting with kava, drinking kava. I hope you all will too. So let me know in the comment section, have you ever tried kava before? If you've ordered this and this is your first time trying it, please let me know how you like this Kava Root Extract. Those are our 3 kavas. If you've watched this, you've made it to the end of the video, which means my love is yours. You have my love, you have my adoration, you have my appreciation. Thank you for making it all the way to the end of this video. If you made it to the end of this video, comment Kava love with your favorite cute emojis, cute positive emojis, okay? I'll allow a fire, I'll allow an explosion. Just Kava love with your favorite cute emojis. And thank you guys so much for making it here. I had so much fun filming today. I drank 3 cups of kava with water in between. Look, I got my water bottle. I have my water bottle. I've learned my lesson. I'm drinking water. Shout out to Gabe and Christian and all the lovely folks over at Minnesota Nice ethnobotanicals keeping this channel alive and well. We seriously appreciate sponsorships. We seriously appreciate brand affiliated opportunities. And this is also just such a lovely opportunity to share the history, the effects, the love, and the lineage of these medicines in a harm reductive, harm minimizing way. How am I feeling after drinking 3 cups of kava? Honestly, I'm feeling so relaxed. I'm feeling so good. I feel absolutely at peace in my body. Like I mentioned, dreamy. No tummy tingles, no tummy anything. I've had fun sharing my love of kava with you guys today. I hope you have had fun watching this. I hope you have fun ordering it. I hope you have fun drinking it and trying it out. Please come back to this video. Comment, let me know how you took them. Did you make a drink? Did you just consume the capsule? How was it for you? What effects did you feel or not feel? And let me know if you get around to trying different doses. You guys can order this on the Minnesota Nice Ethnobotanicals website. Use my code, keep it trippy for 10% off. Every order goes to support the channel. These folks have more plants, roots, flowers, etc. on their website, all legal. Please be sure to give their website a thorough look through. They have tinctures, they have extracts, they have teas. My mom loves the Blue Lotus tea. If you haven't seen my Blue Lotus video, a Blue Lotus weekend paired with a little bit of kava in the evening, Blue Lotus right before you go to bed, you're gonna have the best sleep of your life. Link in my description for everything, all the tools you guys saw today. I appreciate you guys so much for being here. If you've enjoyed this video, please don't forget to subscribe, like, leave a comment. You can also get with the realm on Instagram and TikTok at Chrysanthus. If you really want to keep this channel alive and afloat in what is a challenging time for all artists and creators, please consider becoming one of these people, a Patreon patron. Thank you so much for showing love. Patrons get access to exclusive BTS videos, photos, entries, as well as exclusive merch, which you get for free depending on what membership tier you have. So yes, if you'd like to support the channel, really keep the channel afloat, please consider becoming a Patreon patron. Tiers start at just $5, and my DMs are open on Patreon, so you can get to know me over there. That's a direct line to me via DM inbox on my Patreon. But yes, you guys, please follow me all these different places. Thank you so much for showing the channel love by watching this video. I hope you enjoy the kava. I'm gonna go lie down and maybe order some food and just have like the chillest night ever. I am feeling relaxed. I am not editing this video anytime this weekend. But while I go lie down, I hope y'all keep it trippy. Bye. Peace.